Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya di sini ingin memenuhi tugas mata kuliah dari Memenuhi, yaitu mata kuliah prosa. Ya, di sini saya perkenalkan dulu, nama saya di sini Rahman. Saya di sini akan membawakan konten yaitu what is prose, type of prose, characteristic of prose, intrinsic and extrinsic, element of prose, example of prose, analyzing prose. Nah, oke, next. Yang pertama yaitu what is prose. Prose is verbal or written language that follow the natural flow of speech. It is the most common form of writing used in both fiction and non-fiction. Prose comes from the Latin prosa or oratio, meaning strike for words. Okay, next. According to Wikipedia, prosa is type of writing that is set with poetry because the variety or rhythm or tempo is very long and the speech is very appropriate to its lexical meaning. Look at the next. According to Habe Jasin, prose is the oral of a writer with an idea or ideas that are different from poetry, which is the oral of a writer which stands. According to Zainuddin, prose is the real exposure of events with an expression of all ideas as well as all passion, and is not interwoven with specific rule in a literary creation. Okay, the next. According to Memenuhi, prose is a story carried out by a specific character by observing framework, steps, and relationship. Okay, the next type of prose, non-physic prose, a written work based around, as you might see this in such phase of writing such as autobiography or an essay. Non-physic prose, textbooks, newspaper article, and instruction manual all fall into this category. Fiction prose, a work of fiction such as a novel or a short story. General has characteristics prose writing and shallow. Heroic prose, a type of prose which is literary that can be either written or spoke. You might recognize this from a prose when looking at myths and legends. Prosa poetry, a form of prose that is intertwined with elements of poetry. This literary habit can sometimes have rhythmic and right. Okay, the next material characteristic of prose. Free form is prosa that is not bound by the rule of writing, such as rhythm, because prose is usually in the form of paragraph, such as novel and so on. Prose language can be affected and is not by foreign language. The language used in prose literature can be influenced by foreign language, and one language cannot be affected. 10. Prose also have a theme that's basically conflict with the story. And the next author prose as the author name, which he makes every time, and there is also prose that those names have an author. Having author. Of course, prose has a character or a role in the story to be told. Having a background, prose also has a works background in both the character and the readers. Intrinsic and extrinsic element of prose. The intrinsic element of prose, number one, time, which is the subject's matter of problem, as an essay, which is expressed is a story by the author. Is conveyed by the author through the story becomes composite. The next, the plot, which is the sequence or chronology of events described by the author in a vision story, is intertwined with one's own character, namely actor in the story and taking part in very incident. Characterization atau perwatakan, namely the character or character of the character in the story. Settings, which is about the environment, spreads or locations, time and atmosphere, events and events occurs in the story. Point of view, namely the status or position of the author in the story. Language styles or majas is also called style, form, or language style, which the methods used by the author to express his intentions and goals in the form of words, group of words, or sentence. Extrinsic elements of prose. The virus is in the story. Religions, culture, politics, economy, and character live background and the social situation when the story the social situation when the story was created. Okay, examples of prose. Ein rein novella anthem is written using the ordinary language form in prose. It is a sin to write this. It is a sin to think words to other things and to put them down on paper, notes, or to see it is best. And okay, the next material analyzing prose vision the elements. Number 1, plot and structure. Show them some or idea. See character or characterizations. And the next, setting, point of view, symbolism and algorithm. The next, messages, the next, styles and tone. Number 1, plot and structure. Plot or storylines is often vision as one of the fundamental elements of vision. It is the learning and ordering of the events and actions of a story. The structure of the plot. Number 1, exposition or communication. Expositions that tells the audience who the character are and introduce the conflicts, rising action, conflicts, rising action, complication that arise when the character takes steps to resolve their conflicts, climax, most exciting or suspenseful moments when something happens to determines the outcome of the conflicts. The next, validation. The conflict is in the process of being resolved or and the next, the endings or resolutions or humans. Happy ending, yaitu everything ends well for us. Protagonist more often used in commercial fiction. Unhappy ending most instances do not have presence, and so literary fiction that tries to imagine life is more to have an unhappy conclusion. That minds ending. No, ending is that the readers who ponder the many influence rise. The next, is the listen of the story. Types of them. Number 1, time is an idea that repeats in his literary works, making it the most significant idea in works. Number two, minor time. The time, on the other hand, refers to an idea that's appears in a works briefly, giving way to another minor term. Okay, the next characteristics, character or characterization. Character is people who are traits in the narrative, prose, or novel, and it is influenced by the reader as a person who has moral quality and pretensions such as being it by the types of character. Protagonist, antagonist, tertiary character, love, interest, confidence. For character dynamics, character statics, and changing character strokes, character symbols, character count, character. The protagonist is like a pretty familiar concept from most as this is the main character, the big is the star of the show. Most of the action center around them, and they are the ones where meant to care about the most. Antagonist it is God, and the antagonist is evil, and thus is the source of their conflicts. And antagonist is often fear or something as in conflict with the protagonist. Antagonists are usually evil and unkind, and often create negative value. The next is characterization is the process by which the writer the personality of a character. Direct characterization tells the audience what's the personality of the character. Indirect characterization show us think about character to help us understand his personality from his action, speech, behaviors towards other. Setting is the time and place or when and where of story, types of setting, background setting, and background setting. Background setting. Have you ever read a story but found it difficult to figure out what time period in which the story was written or where it is? The story probably had a backdrop setting. The story is famous and can happen at any point in the story or anywhere. The focus is on the listener or just based. The next integral setting. It is when the place and time influence the theme, character, and action of a story. This type of setting control the character. point of view. The point of view in work of literature is determined by the narrator, that is the person telling the story. First person is the narrator, is a character in the story. If the narrator is a character in the story. Second person, the writer is the narrator speaking. Symbols and story. A symbol is often an event, objects, person, or animals with an extraordinary meaning or significance has been attached. Symbol allow writers to such layers of meaning and procedures that is symbols later transmit. Convey as well. Convey a complex idea which having to branch is the tale. The next a story in which character setting and action stand for something being themselves. Type of allegories. Character and setting represents abstract idea of moral qualities. Character and situation stands for historical figure and events. Symbolism versus allegory. Symbol can be an event, place, character, or subjects that has significance or importance. Allegory connects many symbols within the story to others, producing a deeper meaning. The next materials is a moral or advice in a story conveyed by author to the reader, explicitly talks, dialogues, or narrative or characteristics. The moral is in a story is usually conveyed at the end of the story. Messages can be no clearly explicit in the forms of advice, warnings, such prohibitions relating to the main stems of a story. It can be conveyed explicitly or talks the character or characters is the story. The moral message conveyed by the author aims to make the reader want to do the message in the story. Type explains message to which message types in besides message and message, namely a moral message that is conveyed direct and clearly by the author in the story. The next invites message. Namely the moral message that is conveyed by the author and can only be understood by the reader if it follow the storyline. This instead is a message that can be taken in the story either as a whole or in different parts. Okay, the next style is the characteristics manner of expression in prose of verse like how a particular by citing function styles serve as a tool to convince or influence readers to listen. The elements of styles distinction is means say simple the other cause of words. Listen is mean of words or purpose in the analysis of listen is in the recognize the cause the author has made and the influence possible the reasons for which they have been made. The analysis of fiction always leads to some consideration of the connotation and connotation of the words questions by the author. Imagery is a literary device that's mainly later used in both poetry and prose. When writers use words that sets of visual image in our minds, that is in the syntax is the arrangement of words to form a sentence. We can compose sentence in a pair of ways. How we arrange our sentence can effects or say are different. Okay, tune. Tune is the most aesthetics or emotional sensitivity of a written work. Fusion of tune in a piece of literature decides how to read a literary piece and how they should feel while they are reading it. It stimulates the reader to read a piece of literature as a serious, comical, spectacular, or distressing manner. The types of tone: joyful, serious, humorous, sad, formal, informal, optimis, pessimistic, horror. Oke, itu aja yang bisa saya sampaikan presentasi kali ini untuk yang cuma memenuhi mata kuliah dari Memenuhi. Terima kasih sebelumnya, maaf bila ada kata yang saya ucapkan salah. Saya Yudi, bila fisabilil haq wastabil khairat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.